What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Star, back again with the Town of Light. I have a sinking feeling that we're near the end. We just found out that our mom died. She's already talking about how this, I don't feel like she has much of a will to live at this point. She said that this place is like her skin. The walls are like her skin, and it's just not a good time here right now. What? Am I supposed to get on this? Okay. I don't know if I want to. I mean, kinda. Oh, I can. Am I gonna kill myself if I get up here, though? Let's walk around first. Hang on. Let's go downstairs. And, find where we are, because oh. So it'll let me walk outside. Or I can go upstairs. We're not suicidal. We're gonna walk out. We're walking out. I don't know why. I have a feeling that I would have killed myself. I have a feeling I would have killed myself if I'd gone up there. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. It just... Can I go, please? Do I have to go up there? Please tell me I don't have to go up there. I mean, this actually doesn't look terrible. Can I come in here? No? Okay. I mean, the door is open, so I would think that I would be allowed to just, like, go. Right? Like, I came out of here, and then I can't... I don't know.
May 5th, 1943. Renee's state of health is good.
Oh, good.
She is eating and speaking. Her spatial and temporal orientation is good.
Okay.
Therapy suspended. December 3rd. She calmly asks if she can leave the hospital. Evaluate patient for 6 months. May 2nd, 1944. Discharge denied despite a favorable psychiatric opinion.
What?
The patient has no home or means of support.
What do you mean? So, just because I don't have anywhere to go, you won't let me leave? Like, I can... So they never let me go.
May 4th.
Oh, God.
The reasons why discharge is impossible are explained, and this is how Renee learns of her mother's death 2 years after the fact.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
May 5th. She tried to kill herself in the night by hanging herself with a sheet, saved by the nurses.
Oh, my gosh.
Restrained to her bed, she once more tried to kill herself by suffocation.
Honey.
The decision has been taken to perform a transorbital lobotomy.
Oh, a lobotomy. Oh, great, great. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. Yes, I much prefer a lobotomy to, you know, letting me go and actually trying to, you know, let me try to work things out. Like, find my own place to live and whatnot. Oh, God. Oh, God. The end. The use of lobotomy spread rapidly in Italy compared to other European countries and America. The original technique pioneered by A.E. Moniz was perfected in 1937 by A. Fiamberti, who operation involved gaining access to the frontal lobes of the brain by sawing through the orbit bone above the eyelids, then damaging the lobes by means of an alcohol and formaldehyde injection or using a special instrument. Yeah, they jab that in there and then wiggle it back and forth to separate. Contrary to what was often thought, the patient did not always receive invalidating damage, although this was often the case. Muniz was awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1949. This therapy gradually fell into disuse after the discovery of, I think it was chlorosomia. So they lobotomized me. Oh God, hi. It damages the frontal lobe of your brain and kills your personality, basically. It just destroys who you are as a person. If it doesn't kill you, you're just basically just a vegetable walking around. There's nothing left. You're not aggressive anymore, but there's nothing. There's nothing. Are we gonna watch this happen? Because no freaking thank you. Oh God, we are. Oh, I might be blurring this. I'm probably blurring this. Oh God. Ew, 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 ew. Stop it. Oh my God. 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 Oh God. Oh. I can't believe they just showed that. Oh my God. I probably blurred the holy heck out of that.
10th of June, 1944. Operation successful. Patient tranquil and collaborative. Motor coordination capacity reduced, but she's improving. Transferred to the tranquil department in the care of Dr. B. 25th of October. Continues to talk about Amara and her doll, Charlotte. The disturbances of motor capacity show slight signs of improvement. Difficulty walking, not capable of riding, and the nurses report that they have to help her dress, wash, and feed herself.
Yeah, you lobotomized me.
In the summer of 1944, Renee was transferred back into my department. Aware of little, indifferent, hardly ever spoke. One day, she said, "When I find the courage to look at myself in the mirror, I see a young face which is aged and looks at me full of fear." She is a woman now who has changed profoundly compared to the girl that I had under my care several years ago. Only the sadness of her gaze and her intelligence are unchanged. She's so young, just 23 years old, but is lacking all vitality. Perhaps her condition may improve, but probably not. Her life has been thrown away. And nobody did a thing to try to avoid this.
So here you live above my mind. I wish you'd heard that my mind is trying to read yours and easy for a bird. Soon I'll meet you, I'll become the one you love. We're growing, so we'll have claws while looking for ourselves. The time is endless, it could take forever. I will find you, I will find you, I will find you, our home, our heart. I will find you, I will find you, I will find you, our home, our heart.
Wow.
I need a face to wear, a skin so soft to dress. Let me try you on, I'll do it gently. Don't be scared, don't fly away, our home will soon. Beware our heartbeats, fight this life together.
I mean, is there something I could have done? I'm assuming there are different paths that you can take depending on the different options that they give you. I mean, I don't know. I feel... Was this ever headed to a happy conclusion? Did I get the good ending? Is the good ending a lobotomy? I mean, I don't know. I had a really weird feeling about that scaffolding that I might have just like flung myself off of it. I mean, would I have killed myself if I had done that? And then instead I got lobotomized and like now I just live an existence that's barely anything? Like, what? What would have happened if I'd found all those pictures? I think we were still missing a page of her journal. I have so many questions. I have so many questions right now. And the guy even said at the end, nobody tried to stop this. Is he talking about me, or is he talking about, in general, how we don't try to help people with mental health? How it's easier to just lock them away and get them, into just a secluded space where we don't have to deal with it. We don't have to think about it. They're not an embarrassment on us. Is that what he was referring to? Or was he saying that I made poor choices in the game? Oh my god, I feel so empty. thank you for playing. Well, you know what? That. Good God. Is that me? Oh, honey. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go to her diary. I don't even think we got the whole thing. I kept saying we were gonna look at it when we had it all. I still don't think we have it all, but I'm not going. Yeah, we're missing parts.
My name is Renee. They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel better when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others. But that's not what happened. No. I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here. Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything. Objects, people, words, not even myself. I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back.
Okay, we
My
read...
memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remembered that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence. Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me. And if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me. But back then, I was too afraid to understand it. I didn't tell anyone about the light. I knew that something terrible was happening to me. I thought that I would die, and the shame I felt was so deep that an uncontrollable restlessness took over me. I was afraid when other people were nearby. I saw fingers pointed at me, mouths laughing, condemning me. I tried to be alone. I would sit down on the ground and, curled up in the dark, I would repeat a word, any word, in continuation. This helped me not to think, not to lose myself. I would spend entire days like this, hoping that my mother would ignore me. Her compassionate words hurt me and terrorized me even more, and so I had to.
Oh, God.
Shout and shout and shout those words. After a few days, things got better, and little by little I came out of my hiding place. But the fear was always there, under the surface, ready to strike me even harder. I remember a recurring dream from that time. I used to have plenty of nightmares, but this particular one was so real that even today, I ask myself whether it could have possibly been just a dream. I was in bed, enveloped by the warmth of the blanket, in the dark, about to succumb to sleep, when I heard the bedroom door open. I turned to face the wall and did not have the courage to turn around. I only saw a shadow cast against the wall by the light filtering in through the door. Then I heard the door close again, and I thought that it might have been my mother who, before going to bed, used to peep in to see whether I was sleeping. However, there was no time to breathe a sigh of relief, for footsteps approached the bed, and I heard the sound of breathing close by. Fear paralyzed me from head to toe. The blankets were pulled back. I remember the chill of fresh air on my spine. Someone sat on the bed, and I trembled.
Okay. We're missing
Then the
these
dream
pages.
finished.
Okay, we're missing these pages. I didn't find these. Oh, God.
I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure. My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed. By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her?
Why are they rabbits?
Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later. He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time. Prince Charming doesn't exist, Renee. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him. Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up.
Oh my gosh.
I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner. He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him. But other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him. But he couldn't bind himself to me. I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul. And the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't bear my own weight. Mom found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me, and that I didn't understand. The police arrived, and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
Okay. Obviously I'm missing a few pages there. I'm not playing this again. I don't know where the pages are. I don't know where I didn't go to get them. I have no idea, but that's it. That's it for me. If you've taken this journey with me from beginning to end, I just have to say a massive thank you. Not a fun game, not a fun topic. but an important one, I feel like. I mean, the more that we try to hide talking about, the stigma of mental instability and mental health, I mean, the more that we try to run away from it, the more that people suffer. I mean, people end up committing suicide, they end up addicted to drugs, they do turn to prostitution, they turn to, coping mechanisms that aren't healthy. And we just have to love each other. We have to love each other, support each other, and try to help each other through these things, through methods that are healthy. Find different ways to cope. Be a listening ear for somebody else. Find someone that will listen to you. I don't know if this game was supposed to turn out in this capacity, or if my choices doomed her to that existence. That might be part of the point of the game, is to not know. I don't have it in me to go through it again and try to pick different choices. I have to put this down and leave it. But I made it a goal for myself to complete the game, which I've done. So if you have any, any insight into what else could have happened in this game, feel free to comment below. But this is my last video on this game. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with me through this. And just, if you feel like you're slipping, please reach out and get help. I'm here for you.